Imagine the year is 1500. The world map looks very different from today. The United States doesn't exist yet. The land we now call America is filled with powerful indigenous civilizations, the Aztecs in Mexico, the Incas in South America, and countless tribes across North America. Across the Atlantic, Europe is the center of global power. The kingdoms of Spain, Portugal, France, and England are rising, competing to control trade, land, and wealth. Their ships sail across oceans, discovering new lands, claiming territories, and building colonies. This was the age of kings, queens, explorers, and empires. And from this struggle, the idea of America would eventually be born. Spain, the first global empire. In the 1500s, Spain was the most powerful empire in the world. After Columbus's voyage in 1492, Spain claimed vast territories in the Americas. Gold and silver poured in from Mexico and Peru, making Spain incredibly rich. Spanish conquistadors crushed great civilizations like the Aztecs and Incas. Spain's empire stretched from South America to parts of North America, and across to the Philippines. It was said that the sun never set on the Spanish Empire. While Spain dominated the Americas, Portugal controlled sea trade. They built colonies in Brazil, Africa, and Asia. Their sailors, Vasco da Gama, Magellan, opened new trade routes. Portugal was small, but its ships made it a giant. France soon entered the race. French explorers claimed Canada and much of the Mississippi River Valley. They built trading posts and allied with Native American tribes. France was less focused on gold, more on fur, trade, and alliances. England, later the United Kingdom, was slower to colonize, but by the 1600s, it began planting colonies on the eastern coast of North America. The first permanent colony, Jamestown, Virginia, 1607. Then came the Pilgrims on the Mayflower in 1620, settling in Plymouth, Massachusetts. Unlike Spain and France, Britain encouraged settlers to build towns, farms, and societies. This difference would later shape America's character. The Dutch also played a role. They founded New Amsterdam, today's New York City. Though later taken by the British, Dutch influence in trade and finance was huge. By the 1700s, North America was a patchwork of colonies. Spanish in the south and west, French in Canada and the Mississippi Valley, British along the Atlantic coast, Native American nations everywhere in between. Conflict was inevitable. The 7 Years' War, 1756-1763, known in America as the French and Indian War, this global conflict decided the future of the continent. Britain versus France, with native tribes on both sides. After bloody battles, Britain won. The Treaty of Paris, 1763, gave Britain control over Canada and much of North America. Britain was now the dominant power. But victory came at a cost: massive debt. To recover, Britain raised taxes on its colonies. At first, the colonies were proud to be British, but new taxes angered them. The Stamp Act forced taxes on documents. The Tea Act sparked the Boston Tea Party in 1773, where colonists dumped British tea into the harbor. The cry spread, "No taxation without representation." Tensions exploded into open conflict. In 1775, fighting began at Lexington and Concord. Muskets fired, soldiers fell, and the American Revolutionary War had begun. On July 4, 1776, the colonies declared independence from Britain. Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence. It stated that all men are created equal, with rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This was more than rebellion. It was a new vision of government free from kings and emperors. The Revolutionary War, 1775-1783. The war was long and brutal. At first, Britain's professional army crushed American militias. But George Washington's leadership kept hope alive. France joined the Americans, providing ships, soldiers, and money. Battle of Saratoga, 1777, a turning point, convinced France to help. Winter at Valley Forge, 1777-78. Soldiers endured hunger, cold, and disease but grew stronger. Battle of Yorktown, 1781. British General Cornwallis surrendered. Finally, in 1783, the Treaty of Paris recognized the United States of America as an independent nation. The birth of the USA shocked the world. A group of colonies had defeated the most powerful empire of the age. The ideas of freedom and democracy inspired revolutions in France, Latin America, and beyond. Meanwhile, the old empires, Britain, France, Spain, began to decline. Spain lost influence. France fell into revolution. Britain kept its empire but would never fully control America again. The story of America's birth is also the story of how the modern world was shaped. The fall of absolute monarchies, the rise of democracy, the spread of revolutionary ideas. From the ashes of old empires came a new power, one that would eventually rise to lead the world. Before America, the world belonged to kings, queens, and empires. But through struggle, revolution, and vision, a new nation emerged, built not on bloodlines of royalty, but on the belief that people can govern themselves. It was an idea so powerful it changed the course of history forever.